Hi, this is a tutorial on using the oscillating knife for the S5 controller. Okay, first thing we want to do on the controller is enable our knife access. So from the setup screen, we have the option right here for our knife access. Okay, knife access is now enabled. So from here we want to set the surface. I'm using a 25-25 with a multi-mat for this tutorial. If you have a vacuum table, you want to set the surface on the felt mat with the vacuum turned on. Okay, so I'm going to jog over my material. Actually pass my material and onto the multi-mat. Okay, when we're setting the surface on the oscillating knife, we always want to make sure that the knife is in the upstroke position. So we have this tool here. Go ahead and make sure that's in the upstroke position. You can also use your hands. Just watch out for your fingers. It's a very sharp blade. We can just make sure that's in the upstroke position. Okay, so from there, again, I want to set my surface on the actual multi-mat with that knife in the upstroke position, not on top of the surface. Okay, so just to clarify, if I have the vacuum table, I want to have my felt mat on top of my MDF and have that vacuum turned on when I'm doing this process and set the surface on top of the felt. Okay, so I'm going to Z down until I touch my piece of paper here, just until I find a little bit of pressure on that paper. Okay, so from there we're going to set our surface. Okay, and I'll go ahead and send the knife back home. All right, on the machine side, that's all there is to setting up the knife. We'll now come back over to the software to set up our knife job. For this example, I'll just create a circle within my design. So to use the oscillating knife, we want to apply a toolpath, online toolpath, using the oscillating knife tool. Either the E12, 18, or 25 are the ones that are included with the oscillating knife. E12 being the smaller one, going up to the 25, which is the longer one. Okay, the depth is going to be the additional depth I want to go from my surface. So we generally don't want to go a whole lot more than 50 thousandths or so here, because at that point we'll be cutting too deep into the multi-mat or our felt sacrificial material and destroying it. So we can start off with about 15 thousandths depth or so, and then increase it there as needed. I'm just going to go ahead and set this to 30 thousandths depth. Okay, I'm going to select my top tool path here. We'll send this over to be engraved. From the material drop down, actually let me back up. First of all, we want to make sure we have the tool set for the oscillating knife from this drop down. Okay, we also want to set our material setting for the oscillating knife as well. Okay, one thing to keep in mind with these settings is we want to make sure that we have enough Z lift height to get above our material. So in this case, I have pretty thin material, about 0.2, so I'm going to actually take my Z lift height down to 0.25. Okay, so if I had half-inch material, I'd want my Z lift height, to be 0.6 or greater. Okay, and then I'll send this over to be engraved. Once that's queued up on the pendant here, I'll go ahead and hit start. All right, that's all there is to it. One thing you may want to do is verify that this has been cut all the way through. Again, that's the 30 thousandths additional that I went through. So in this case, we cut all the way through. Perfect cut. But if we needed to go deeper than that, we can keep this material in place and then adjust more depth in the tool path. All right, thanks for watching the video. Take care. Bye.